I find it very interesting, Katie, that you're the one holding all the receipts to the fact that this woman here most especially, is the scammer and the fraud.
Kids. I'm with Miss Sweet Thing. What did that have to do with the price of tea in China? Good Lord, Gina. And then when she was up there ripping and raving, talking about pimp.
They went on Facebook and started messaging people that knew me, and they started putting that I stole $900 from FOE. My daughter was at work because they didn't know that was my daughter's name. They sent it to her. It was going under my old posts and pictures and putting that on there and contacting people. And they started telling family members and friends and clients that I had scammed $900 from FOE. They took it all the way to Facebook to Instagram. They had already started doing that. See, people didn't know that that's what they was doing. They was sending that message to people, my Facebook friends, Instagram friends. They had already did it. Nitra stood up and said she was going to make me go viral as a scammer. She said it out of her own mouth. I didn't understand what she meant until I started being contact from Facebook people, my family members, like, there's somebody down here spamming, you stole $900. I said, what? And they was showing me the messages. And I'm like, oh my God, they went far. And not to mention, when they put my address in the comments, they kept saying, look outside your window. It was a gray van. They said it's a gray van outside the house. And they kept saying, get up, go look at your window. I said, I ain't gonna look at the window. I'm gonna open the door and welcome them in. They had took this way off. They had took this way off TikTok. They had went so far with it. And not to mention the threats that was coming. What made me spaz out like this, and I kept spazzing, was because people were coming in my message box, like really threatening me, giving me scriptures, saying all kind of stuff, what they was gonna do to me, telling me I was a scammer. People telling me they live in Chicago, they see me, they know me. People, when I tell you they took this far, they took it far. See, a lot of people on TikTok didn't really know. Nobody even really knew this. This the first time somebody ever played it, because I even contacted YouTube to get these videos down. I had already started contacting people so Nitra could stop mentioning my name and take scamming off my name, because I told her that I do hair and they was taking this too far. They had already took it too far.
And you still don't want to tell us how much money they raised on your behalf so far that you got.
I got you, AJ. I got you.
She sent somebody to your house.
They kept saying somebody was at my house, but I never looked outside. I never looked outside my window. But if you go, it was a live I was on that I had did. When you go into the live, you're going to see them spamming my address, and you're going to see them saying that somebody outside. So when you see that live, you're going to see they already had started incriminating themselves. They had started posting my address and everything, but you'll see it.
Katie, what is that live? That's the one I've been looking for, where they had them blue headbands on, and they was talking about they was the FOE old lady gang, and they was coming to get you, and your name and date of birth and all of that was running through the comments. Where is that
the bandana
I never had a chance to get that live. At this time I was sitting there and my husband had just walked in. I never got a chance to get that live. I didn't even know how to get it. I wound up in the background telling my daughter to come try, my youngest daughter, I was like, try to record this just in case somebody come to my house. But I never even got a chance to even find that live or do nothing like that.
Okay.
And how 304s and all the rest of that, so, I can't.
One second, I have a question for
so
Katie.
When she was up there talking about that, it made me realize something, Miss Judge.
When you did this dancing, did you know? Huh?
Go ahead.
Okay, so Katie, when you did this dancing, did you know that the money was for the trip prior, or did you find out after?
No, I thought I was dancing to be a virtual dancer. on the live. I didn't even know nothing about going to Texas. All that hit after I got through dancing. I thought I was being in a dance contest to be a virtual dancer. That's why I kept saying that. And even for the thing that she did for Christmas, I didn't even know it was no money being raised for that. Mind you, I was taking care of my uncle because I was my uncle caregiver at the time, and I used to be on Auntie Gail's live. That's how I ran across Nitra. I didn't even know nothing about her at that time. I ran across Nitra because she was battling Auntie Gail. I haven't even been watching at that time that happened. I wasn't even watching Nitra 2 months straight or anything. I had just ran into Nitra. So all this stuff for her saying I knew about them raising money and everything, I didn't know anything about that. That's why I kept repeating that over and over again. I didn't even know about Kia and Miss J's. I found out all that afterwards. I didn't know any of this. None of this. I didn't even know Nitra was having a party. I had just ran into Nitra. The only reason why I ran into Nitra was because she battled Auntie Gail. And Auntie Gail said, y'all go over there and tell them that we didn't cheat. I didn't even know nothing about Messy side of TikTok until I started following Nitra because she was funny when they were saying about Auntie Gail. So actually, we was just keeping an eye on her for Auntie Gail because we thought that they was over there saying that Auntie Gail cheated. I didn't even know nothing about Nitra.
That was just my only question. Thank you.
Okay.
So did you think that bait you?
You said did they bait me?
Yeah.
No.
That you didn't know nothing.
No, this is what I think happened. And what made me say the other day that I was a part of one of Nitra's scam. What I looked at and when I started really watching Nitra, when I came up there and danced, she used me for a fundraising. She used me to make money. Because you could come up there and do something innocent.
That's why he's saying she baited you. She baited you.
Yeah,
she knew what happened. Right, that's what he's saying. She baited you for them to give. Because I did look up. You said something about something against the law. Somebody said something about something being against the law. So I looked it up on ChatGPT. What she's doing, she want that money back from you. First of all, she can't get the money back from you. She said that she was raising that money for you. It's against the law for her to do anything else with that money but give it to you. She should have given all of that money to you, first of all. Secondly, hi everybody. I'm sorry. Hey everybody. Hi JJ's, hi sisters, hi everybody in the panel, and AJ. I also wanted to say that if you give it back to her, then what she do with it? She can't take it and give it to anybody else because she said publicly that she was raising it to give it to you. So it all should have been given it to you. And I cannot believe that other people gave their money. She didn't never mention that she gave out of her own pocket. This is other people giving their money to you, and they will go after you and terrorize you like they did. They literally terrorized you. That's crazy. And she gets money hand over fist all the time. Every time it's something with money, there's a scandal. I don't know if anybody else noticed it. Every time there's a fundraiser, every time there's anything. I think the only scavenger hunt that wasn't a scandal is when I did the scavenger hunt, and it was $250. And I won the scavenger. This is crazy.
I'm just going to flat out say this. I'm going to give this name up. Bianca was the one on the back end. Bianca from FOE was the one on the back end that they sent to keep convincing me to give the money back. So I was talking to Bianca in text and on phone. Bianca is the one that really know how to reason. So she was the one that had me like really being sympathetic about giving the money back. I kept telling Bianca, Bianca, they said, I don't need to get the money back. She was like, but no, just get the money back to shut them up. Just get the money back to shut them up. She was like, go, she was convincing me to get the money back. And then when Nitra used Javon to contact me with the paper to sign, Javon was convincing me to get the money. He said, I got to get the money to him, and it's going to go to FOE fundraising. It's going to go to FOE account that they do to give the money back to the people. It wasn't going to go to Nitra no more. It was going to go to FOE funding. He was like, so I could pay it back in pieces, or I could pay it back in full. I said, I'm just going to pay it back in full. He said, well, just contact me. Don't contact Nitra no more. Contact me, because when I realized that they saying just get the money so it can go in FOE funded, that's when I started looking like it's not making sense. Because Nitra gave me the money. I want them to know I gave the money back to Nitra. And that's when I wanted to cash. That's when I went to Cash App Nitra, and they was like, I had to sign the paper, and then Nitra was gonna get a lawyers and all this. And I kept asking him, why we going this far? And it wasn't done like that at the beginning.
It wasn't business, that's right. You called her on that. She want to make it business now, but it wasn't business at first. So you did right by not signing anything.
Yeah, that's what they did.
And lastly, if we look at it, you did everything right. And you even said in that video is I went to Nitra like you did as a woman, as a grown woman that took accountability. And she brought it to the front end to make it content and make it a game. This shit is crazy.
That's what really did me, because when I contacted her to tell her, the only reason why I contacted her because she said Katie is paid for. I said, let me tell this lady that, I said, let me tell Nitra that I done sat up here and spent this money. Do she want me to pay it back?
Something else to y'all remembrance. There is no LLC that has FOE. The LLC is Miss Nitra Entertainment. It has nothing to do with FOE.
I want to say
it's called Miss Nitra Entertainment. Y'all should know.
So yeah, so I think you did everything right, and a lot of things, and I'm gonna say this, and you called that out too. If she do a lot of this stuff in the front, it wouldn't get. I mean, in the back, like you did it in the back, she should have kept that in the back, and you would not have been harassed and attacked and drugged. But she wants to do that. It's like a mafia. It's like a gang, because they go after the people to terrorize them to have their way, and that's not right. That's totally disgusting. You said you wanted to pay bills, and you paid bills with it, and they want to attack you from paying bills. They want to attack and drag you from paying bills because you couldn't go to her raunchy ass party. That's diabolical. They're not the Christians that they say they are, because they would have been more, like Susu said earlier, they would have been more concerned about you paying your bills than showing up at a party. But I go to the comments. Thank y'all. Thank you, Queen Jules.
Yeah, I think that's stupid about you not paying your bill, then going to a group of strangers.
Because
that was Drop Queen, not Queen Jules.
Because when you watched the live, I was so confused because they were fighting so much. And I'm like, do they want me to dance or what do they want me to do? I said they were fighting. It wasn't even no more FOE steppers. So somebody was supposed to reach out to me from the step team. I didn't even, the steppers had, Miss J's and Kill was gone. I didn't even know who the steppers was. I didn't even know where to go from that point.
You're telling me by this time Miss J's and Kill was gone?
Yes, the day I danced, some took place the next day to where everybody was fighting, and I'm like, well, how am I supposed to dance and contact somebody, and the dancers is fighting? I'm like, who do I contact to talk to? Or it didn't make sense. It wasn't adding up because it wasn't no more FOE dancers or steppers or nothing. It wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing that said that was about to be a dance group.
That's crazy.
Trendsetter.
And that's why I contact Miss Nitra. That's why I contact Miss Nitra. When Miss Nitra hauled off and said to me, she said, Katie trip is paid for. I wasn't going to dance. So I'm like, oh, she won't. I said, oh, she think I'm still good, still going. So I contact her and let her know I spent the money. Do she want me to pay it back or what to go about doing this? So that's when she was like, we got to tell the people. Don't tell the people how much money was. I said, okay. So I'm thinking she gonna contact me when we tell the people. We didn't even get through texting each other before I went to this lady live and she was talking about it. She was like, I'm just letting y'all know that Katie done spent the money. I'm like, what the hell? And that's when it went up.
Susu, another light bulb just came on.
Let's hear it.
Friend, she didn't want her to tell how much because she knew she hadn't gave her all the damn money.
Good, I'm locked in on.
No, you don't understand. Thank you, Yara, for the subscription. No, you don't understand. She knew that the man who sent the $1,000, just the one man, would know that Katie did not get all the money. Are you understanding what I'm saying to you? Much less everybody else. It ain't about FOE being upset that she got $900 because they raised it all for her. it was about the people knowing that she didn't get it all, and ain't no way in hell the rest of it went to the DV place with only $300 going there. Why? Y'all, I had to have some sugar.
She didn't even show Mr. Ralph $1,000. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Mr. Ralph did $1,000. I was waiting to see that. I don't even know who the $700 was from, but where's Mr. Ralph $1,000 for me and my husband ticket for that? That's not even up there. I haven't even saw that.
Yeah, Miss Katie, did the person who matched Ralph reach out to you too?
He was the. Yes, you know what? I'm trying to see now. Can I inbox? Okay, I'm trying to see now because it's been so long ago since I contacted this situation and did anything like that. I'm trying to see, is this man ready to be? Can I do this? Okay, that's my whole thing right there.
Listen, let's do this. What if I just message you my number? You send it to me, and I'll take everybody's name out of everything. All we need is the numbers. Thank you, Eric. I won't put one person's name on the screen. All we need is the numbers, Miss Katie.
Okay.
I'm gonna text you my number. Hold on.
Cause she was like, Mr. Ralph, this lady got a husband. Cause he was like, he wanted to see me happy. Cause he something about somebody but sick or something. I can't really recall to remember that. And then I was live, and people was coming in my live telling me I can keep their money. One lady, she was like, her name, which I still see her over there. She was like, I sent you $50 and you could keep it. And then another lady was like, she sent me some money, I could keep it. And I kept asking people like, how much did they send? And when I started seeing people come through, I didn't know, was I being scammed or was they just saying it?
Okay, you ready, Miss Katie? I just followed you from that page that I'm talking from right here, right next to Susu. I sent you my number from that page. All you gotta do is follow me back, and my message should come in your thing.
Okay.
I sent you my number already. And I will mark out every name. All I want is the numbers.
Okay.
Okay, deal.
Okay.
See how we can come meet in the middle, y'all? I just want the numbers because I know we ain't lost our mind. I just know we ain't. You're right.
When you just said what you said, when she hauled off and said, don't tell them an amount, because she kept saying that we gave Katie a whole bunch of money. And I'm like, $900 is not a whole bunch of money to me. She kept using the word whole bunch of money. A whole lot of money. She kept saying a whole lot of money. And I'm like, $900 ain't a whole lot of money. And then when she hauled off and said, do not disclose the amount, I'm like, no, 900 a whole lot. I said, I'm used to money. $900 ain't no whole lot of money to me.
Nah, she played. That lady raised like $3,000.
I know she did. She did.
Yeah, let's see this here. Y'all. Oh, she played, bro.
Woman need help, like real help, because something don't seem right about everything that she was saying and doing leading up to where she went on those rants. I mean, she was praying like Becca said. She would come over there when we had the whole conversation about, different religions and ask for us to pray. Can I pray with y'all? Let me pray for you. That got me kind of confusion. Like, but then she did come. How we would know this? She did come and say what she said after the fact. So I'm still in confusion, Your Honor. I need to hear the rest of the case.
Yes, ma'am. Well,
now what the hell that lady praying got to do with anything, Peaches? That's why I cuss your ass out good and plenty. Cause why? Child.
good point. I did want to make a point. I saw a comment that dang, where was the comment?
They said on the other page.
Before Poetic said order in the juke joint. These comments is commenting. I'm looking for a comment.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Serenity.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what she says she done with the money. Shall I get into my exhibits? Police.
What's the boxes?
So I know a lot of people have said, okay, well, what did Katie do with the money? And did Katie come with an excuse of what happened? So let me get into it, guys. So on December the 17th at approximately, give me a second, 11:29 a.m. Let the record show on December the 17th at 11:29 a.m. FOE funding dispersed $900 to Miss Katie, the prior FOE Stella Stepper. She was a Stella Stepper, if only for one night.
Oh my God.
On January the 10th, 2025, a fax came in to Miss Nitra self. Miss Nitra, I am texting you to tell you that I'm not going to be able to make it to your party. I'm not going to lie. When you sent me the money, I immediately spent it because I didn't have any funds to get anyone a gift for Christmas and also pay my light bill. That's the truth. I can't lie, and I'm not going to apologize or tell you I'm sorry because I wasn't feeling any of that when I was spending it. But I am going to ask you to forgive me. Thank you. She wanted to know, do I come clean on the platform or do I just keep it between me and you? Because I know these people pay for me to go on a trip, but Miss Nitra, my light bill and shit was high as hell. Hearing that message, can I please hear from the jurors? It look like Sweet Thing is not here. And Billy has now dropped from the platform. This is good to me.
I think she spent it on steaks because she has no small children in the home.
Okay.
Well, Your Honor, I think that when she sent you that message, if I can be, unbiased, it took her all the way to January 10th, 2025. And she said she had to buy some things for her children who are grown. And we did see when she pulled out that whip, when she first started dancing, she did.
What?
But a man did walk behind her. I don't know if anybody else seen that, but I saw it. And so when I looked at, she's telling you the truth, but she says she's not going to apologize or act like it was anything.
Is it just me or is it Black?
That she needs to apologize for. I do believe those were her honest feelings at the moment.
Not going to be able to make it to your party. I'm not going to lie. When you sent me the money, I immediately spent it.
There's something wrong with the actual
because
screen.
I didn't have any funds to get anyone a gift for Christmas and also pay my light bill. That's the truth. I can't lie, and I'm not going to apologize or tell you.
No, ain't nothing wrong with the stream. Hold on.
it gets rough, Becca. We got another recording to make it through. Get you something to drink. Get you something to drink.
Oh, that's what my mom only had too.
So, on December the 17th, at approximately, give me a second, 11:29 a.m., let the record show on December the 17th at 11:29 a.m., FOE funding dispersed $900 to Miss Katie.
I'm sorry. And I want to, see that y'all are all sticking together, because she did make the comment on the live that she really didn't understand the discord or the disconnect with the Kia and the whatever her name is, Miss J's situation. Like, why aren't they part of it? But people had to realize that if you were around and you were watching for 30 days, because she said she'd been around watching for 30 days, even longer. That's what she said, Your Honor. So my question is, you knew this wasn't a virtual event. You knew this was a main attraction, because Miss Carolyn put it out there that, hey, look, I want to come. And it just goes back to what she said when she said, this God's answering my prayers, because me and my husband was trying to get to Dallas to visit our family. So I think this is another way of her scamming.
Okay. With that being said, let's get into the last part of this recording. I did turn it off, and so we're going to hear. It's only 1 minute and 37 seconds. It's not like the first.
Miss Peaches, I got a question. When you gonna tell Nitra you need some help? Your Lion, Tigers, and Bears done let up, baby. When they crowdfunded for you? Is you scared they gonna call you a scammer too, like you do everybody else?
So here we go.
And I got nothing to say, okay? Let me just clear this up. I don't know a motherfucker from Canada Paper. I ain't no motherfucking professional dancer.
Let's go slide go, child.
And the crazy part about it, that reality gotta set in. I'm a grown ass woman. I don't know these fucking people that fly out of town to go to a fucking party and just dance with a group of motherfuckers I don't know, like an audition or something.
My thing is this. This is the part of the video or the audio that I want to go back and everybody listen. And before I play it, listen. She came on the platform because she knew we were auditioning. We were auditioning that night for Steppers for the birthday event, April the 12th. This is where I say, did she pray and have a sad story? Because y'all, I'm not gonna lie, we are so guilty in letting people come with a freaking story and we just be ready to give. Ouch. Miss Nitra is so guilty, and I am learning that every story that comes is not warranted for money. It's time to start giving fully resources. So I feel as though she prayed against FOE, because if you go back and listen to these words, this is where we want to know, does she give back the $900? How are you watching us audition? And she was not the only audition that night. I think it was 2 auditions ahead of her. People were changing clothes, going and coming. It was a hot night that night. It might have been more than 2. What was Katie's plan before she jumped up on that platform? Can we think about it, jurors?
Yes, Your Honor. I got something to say about that, too. What was her plan? Because on the live at that moment, she just stated that I'm not a professional dancer. But correct me if I'm wrong, Common Cousins and people that were on the panel. Didn't she say she used to be a backup dancer for somebody? For some professionals? So why are you now stating and you're retracting what you said prior to? So I do believe she preyed on us in order us to give her some money because she's been watching us for a while, just like she said with that scavenger hunt, Your Honor.
This is good to me. Any other jurors have anything to say before we move forward to this clip that
I actually think it came as a surprise to her as to the amount that was given to her, along with the directions. And she had, if you notice, she had to come up with, I'm a grown woman. Why would I go anywhere with these people? I don't know them, but you knew us enough to take the $900. So she had to flip that whole scenario to justify her not going because of being strangers to us and not knowing why she was actually going to be there and in fear of, well, who gives you money like that to do you ill will when you get there? But it was all part of her ploy to discredit us and to justify her wrongdoings.
Exactly. Hey, Scooter. Boy, this is good to me. This is good to me. Anybody else?
AJ, can I say something? I want to catch that part right there. This is something that I always wanted to say. I never thought that I was going to get the money because Nitra put her Cash App up. I thought that whatever was going on was going to be handled through Miss Nitra. I never thought that Miss Nitra was going to send me that money. It was never supposed to go to my Cash App or anything. When they fundraised that money, Miss Nitra said that she was going to get the tickets and everything. When Miss Nitra contacted me on the back end, Miss Nitra said, I'm going to give you this money because you're a grown woman. I'm expecting you to be able to handle to do what you do. When I realized when Miss Nitra gave me that $900, she already knew that $900 was not going to be enough for me to do what I need to do because she said I was going to handle the rest. She said, you can handle the rest of your stuff, can't you? I said, yes. Now, this was a conversation on the back end. I always wanted to say that part. The only reason why I took that money, I didn't take that money from the panel. People fail to realize that. It was going to Miss Nitra's Cash App. I didn't take that money from the panel. The money was never sent to me. Miss Nitra was never supposed to give the money to me. Miss Nitra contacted me on the back end and said that she don't think she should have to book tickets, a book hotel stay for a grown person. She suspected I should do what I need to do. When she gave me the $900, I was shocked because I knew it was more raised. And I'm like, $900. She said, you can handle. I said, I can handle. I can pay the rest of my expenses, is what I said to her because I didn't ask for the money no way. And I'm going to take care of myself. Because my husband already said he wanted to go down there and see his cousin. He wanted to see his dad, a place that he would like to move and anything. We had already discussed that, but we discussed that months ago. So I looked at it like, well, hell, since somebody halfway helped us, we could just go down there and take a trip and just go down there and do that. Look around and get a feel. So I always wanted to correct that part right there. So I'm gonna go ahead back down and listen again. So for anybody in the record, I was never expecting the money to come to me because it was going to her Cash App. I thought she was gonna book my ticket and everything. So I wanted to clear that part up. Thanks.
So do you think they pay on your innocence because you didn't know nothing?
Right. So when she did it on the back end and gave me the money, now mind you, the back end conversation was supposed to be connected for us to book the trips and to book the hotel stay. She was never supposed to give me the money. That's why I need everybody to keep in mind. She went on here to say, well, I'm going to let you handle where you want to fly out at. She then made me responsible of the money to book all my stuff. So I never got the money. The money went straight to Miss Nitra's Cash App, not me.
And I think that you should expose that about she making you into a bad person. That you taking all this, but she's really the person that's doing the subliminal messages to these people about you're being the bad person.
Yeah, I had. That's what made me just flip out and just start spazzing out because I realized how she flipped the whole situation on me.
Mm-hmm.
I had already sat down and realized it after everything started happening, how she flipped the whole thing on me. I had seen all that already.
So she used subliminal messages on the people in the FOE.
So like if you would have saw, if the video would have been out when I was dancing, the money never came to me. I never suspected to get the money. I was only suspecting to get tickets and room and board. I was never expecting for her to send me no money. I was only expecting room and board and tickets. That's what I was expecting. So anything else, when Nitra gave me that money, I wasn't supposed to get that money. So that's what I always wanted to clear up, that part right there. I was never supposed to get it in my hand, in my possession.
That goes to the intention of you joining that contest. The contest never said that you were going to get cash, so your intention was never to scam or take any money from them. What you wanted to do was win the contest, which is what was given to you, tickets to the event, meaning you would have to have paid your way there regardless, right?
Exactly.
Now they done switch it up on you to give you money, and now you a scammer, even though that's not even what you signed up for?
Exactly. Now keep in mind, Susu, it was never for me to win a contest to go to her trip. It was just, they never said what the dance contest was for. The contest was not for nobody to be going to her birthday or nothing. That's why I keep trying to say, she keeps saying for the FOE steppers. She then stated that, I think I want the steppers at my party. That came after the contest. That came after me winning.
What were you under the impression of when you decided to partake in the dance?
Once again, I keep saying virtual dancing on her live.
Dancing, and you were gonna get coins, basically.
There you go, right there. Like Kira Miss J's was doing. But at the time, I didn't know Kira Miss J's was dancing on the live thing. All that came afterwards. She said she was looking for dancers.
Okay, so when you got up there, you wanted to work for your money. You went up there, you turned your camera on to dance, and whatever people gifted you was because you was dancing. That's it.
Whatever they done was on them. I was just up there to showcase my talent.
So
and
you was
all of this slipped, and you now a scammer. That's crazy.
There you go, right there.
You was there just to have a good time, and then they just flipped it on you.
Exactly. That's it. That's all I was doing. That's all I was doing right there. That's it.
Damn.
Now go back down to the comments.
Yeah, no problem.
What's the ass trying to find this damn clip or the damn crowdfund for you, Miss Katie? Oh.
This is the part where it's up to the kamikaze jurors.
I'm trying to find it, child.
Get you some water.
It gets rough, Becca. We got another recording to make it through. Get you something to drink. Get you something to drink. The prior FOE.
No, she was not dancing for tickets for a flight or nothing. When she, one second, AJ, when she originally joined that panel to dance, it was a dance off basically, and she was trying to win as far as coins. What Nitra then suggested was that they the Stella Steppers be at her birthday party. In that sense, they started raising money for Katita to be present, her and her husband, at the birthday party. Now, at first, when they wanted her to be present, they said tickets, room and board, no cash. All of a sudden, they started crowdfunding and gave her money, cash money, versus just giving her tickets and room and board.
On January the 10th, 2025, a fax came in to Miss Nitra's cell phone. Hello, Miss Nitra. I am texting you to tell you that I'm not going to be able to make it to against FOE, because if you go back and listen to these words, this is where we want to know, does she give back the $900? How are you watching us audition? And she was not the only audition that night. I think it was 2 auditions ahead of her. People were changing clothes, going and coming. It was a hot night that night. It might have been more than 2. What was Katie's plan before she jumped up on that platform? Can we think about it, jurors?
Yes, Your Honor. I got something to say about that too. What was her plan? Because on the live at that moment, she just stated that I'm not a professional dancer. But correct me if I'm wrong, Common Cousins and people that were on the panel. Didn't she say she used to be a backup dancer for somebody? For some professionals? So why are you now stating and you're retracting what you said prior to? So I do believe she preyed on us in order to forgive her some money because she's been watching us for a while, just like she said with that scavenger hunt, Your Honor.
This is good to me. Any other
I
jurors
guess
have
anybody
anything
that
to say
frequents
before
their
we move forward?
platform must somehow be preying on them. Because if you just coming into a platform and you enjoy being there, and what they do is they do scavenger hunts, and you mention that's not preying on them. I don't understand that. She didn't ask for shit. She got up there and she danced.
To this clip that
I actually think it came as a surprise to her as to the amount that was given to her, along with the directions. And she had, if you notice, she had to come up with, I'm a grown woman. Why would I go anywhere with these people? I don't know them, but you knew us enough to take the $900. So she had to flip that whole scenario to justify her not going because of being strangers to us and not knowing why she was actually going to be there and in fear of, well, who gives you money like that to do you ill will when you get there? But it was all part of her ploy to discredit us and to justify her wrongdoings.
Exactly. Hey, Scooter. Boy, this is good to me. This is good to me. Anybody else? Let's proceed. Now, listen. This is the part where it's up to the Common Cousin jurors, because there will be a poll put up later. Was this a part of being preyed on? I'm not going to say she scammed us. When we say scam, that means somebody deceitfully took money from you. They scammed you out of your pockets, period. We gave it to her. So I cannot say this is a scam. I have to take scam away from this very situation. Is that okay to say, or jurors? Is there anybody that wants to argue that point right now? I'm not stating or going to put out to the Common Cousin jurors that this was a scam. Kevin?
Your Honor, you can use the words she used. She pimped us. It is what it is.
She pimped us. This is a pimp down. Is that okay, jurors? Pimp down. Pimp down. We too damn old, y'all.
Okay.
We too damn old to be getting pimped. Do you hear me? So I'm pissed off. I thought I was smart enough not to be pimped. So Kevin, facts, pimp down. Pimp down. She knocked a bunch of us down. People gave big money. As I stated, there were some large donations in there, $200, $700. Those are big donations. Pimp got knocked down. Let's get into this recording. Please listen. Did she prey on FOE?
And you know, I got another thing to say, okay? Let me just clear this up. I don't know a motherfucker from can to town. I ain't no professional dancer. Okay? And the crazy part about it, that reality got to set in. I'm a grown-ass woman. I don't know these fucking people that fly out of town to go to a fucking party and just dance with group motherfuckers I don't know, like an audition or something. I ain't had no real conversation with nobody. Then you tell me I got to find somebody from the clique to be friends with so I could get comfortable with them. I'm not gonna get comfortable with a motherfucker in 3 to 2 months. Bitch, it takes 2-3 years to get comfortable with a motherfucker. Okay? Like, are y'all fucking kidding me? Then you bitches mad at me because I got the money and I did what I did with it. At least I told you hoes. Anywhere it go, y'all sent that money to another motherfucker that was lying to y'all. Every time y'all send a damn out, do y'all really believe these people?
It was right here that my questions got a lot. She just stated that you would have sent the money to another MFer that was lying to you. At that moment, she identified that she was freaking lying. Is there anybody in the audience, coming cousin jurors, or the jurors on the platform? Did this woman lie? You heard it in 4K. Do I need to rewind it? Went back and listened to these before we had this case, guys. It didn't sound like this the first time. We were hot. We were pissed off. Emotions everywhere. But she said another MFer. If it wouldn't have been her, it'd have been another MFer lied to us.
Besides herself.
Besides herself.
Nah, you added that part.
It's a thin line between
now that's the part that y'all added.
Stealing,
she ain't say no besides herself.
Giving
she said it would have been another motherfucker that lied to you.
Kevin,
talking about besides herself. She ain't say that.
Well, I heard her words.
She did not say
very
that.
Carefully. It takes 2 to 3 years for her to get close to someone, not no 2 to 3 months. Yet it takes you 2 to 3 hours to come up with a hell of a scheme to try to prey on folk to get some money. Make that shit make sense. So if that wasn't a hustle game from a pimp, I don't know what you call it.
Dancing on an
I'm with you when you're right, brother. I'm with you when you're right. She was doing her big one. Pimp down, hoes in distress.
I have to agree. Definitely agree.
Let's get into it. Here we go. A little bit back and let's get into it.
Okay? Like, are y'all fucking kidding me? Then you bitches mad at me because I got the money and I did what I did with it. At least I told you hoes. Anywhere it go, y'all sent that money to another motherfucker that was lying to y'all. Every time y'all send a damn out, do y'all really believe these people fucking stories? You can't be this motherfucking weak and gullible. Cause bitch.
She identified us as weak and gullible. She asked, every time somebody come up and tell you weak MF or something, do y'all believe it? FOE, we got pimped. Oh, Kevin scratching his head. He wasn't scratching it the first time. I would love to know if Kevin has heard it a little different tonight in 2025. 5K, it sounds different in 5K than 4K.
Yeah, I will say you put your shit on this one. You spent it in a hell of a direction.
I think the direction that she's spinning it is the right direction. It's her exact words. She said you would have sent the money to another motor scooting person with a sad story because y'all gullible as hell. How she know we even gullible if she wasn't watching us for a long back on motor scooting time? Let's be real with it.
I'm so sick of her motor scooting. It's different
when you hear it again. Damn, Marsha said that is hard when you hear it again.
They finna get rid of Kevin before long.
I'm so sick of her. Can y'all please touch y'all heart means if y'all just coming in the room. Hey babies, how y'all doing today? Thank you, Pizza. Thank you, Hood Therapist. Thank you, Luna. I appreciate each and every last one of y'all. Please grab y'all heart means if you haven't had a chance to. It's only 20 on the live goal. Hoping we can go ahead and finish that out. Me too, me against me. My God, today.
AJ, you think Kevin gonna be able to last much longer over there?
No, I don't think that Nitra will ever turn on Glam, Duff, anybody that got management behind their name outside of Tracy. I don't think she turning. They got too many bodies. They know what all the bodies are.
No, not turning, but will he stay? Because he can leave. She can't make him stay.
Oh, if he ever leave, baby, it was a damn good story behind that, and I wants to hear it. Because if you'll sit around for all of this, as much good sense as I know Kevin got, leaving would have to be for something that's out of control.
Kevin do his 1-2 on every live and tell Nisha about herself in the slickest way because she's still stupid. But I don't think he's gonna stay over there much longer because
Thank you
his
for
name being
the
dragged just as
sunglasses, BB
much.
Queen. Thank you for the sunglasses, BB Queen. Thank you so much, baby, for sending your dues. I hope you have a better Tuesday. Yeah, Butterfly, I'm with you. But if he ever left, ooh, it's a good reason behind that because he done stuck with all of this nonsense. He better
100% agree. As an official, when you can watch it on
How many
replay
Harry Potter
and
books is it?
realize and see what you did and what the mistake was you made, you know, it comes together so much different because you break it down section by section, play by play by play. And when you're breaking it down the way you did it, of course, it hits totally different than how it was when we first heard it.
It sound different, Kevin.
I asked about Harry Potter because that's how many books he's gonna be able to write on their bullshit.
Okay, I came up there to dance. The sad part is I didn't even ask for fucking money. I just up there dancing. Think about the bitches that's asking for the money. Y'all fundraising for buses and shit and all this shit. 90% of you motherfuckers ain't gonna go. Are you fucking kidding me? You motherfuckers better get some act right about your motherfucking self and get some motherfucking common sense, bitch. You're black. Some of y'all.
That's the comment I was waiting for right there. Ooh, I'm tripping. It says, then came back and apologized later, shaking my motherfucking head. This court case is the very first one that was held after that live that we just listened to, where they had the conversation with Katita. Katita apologized to them. They apologized to her. Everybody agreed. Just move on, press forward. God bless, live and let live, love and let love. If you put it on your heart to give it back, you give it back. Now we in court. Okay? So if it can be she came back and apologized later, why is it that it ain't y'all apologized too and said she could keep the money, so why are we even holding court about it? God didn't place it on her heart. So what's the conversation that we're having now?
First thing they told you is not to go off with strangers and shit. All you motherfuckers are strangers. I fucking know y'all.
Her last words. I don't effing know, y'all. She didn't know us when she took that $900 from us on December the 17th. Before noon.
And you didn't know her when you
Let's talk about the day that she took the money. I really feel guilty because we got on the phone together, and before that phone call, we agreed that we would get on the phone and we would look for flights, 2 flights in Airbnb. We talked about an efficiency apartment that was only $100 for them to stay. So a lot of people said $900 wasn't enough money, but I'm telling y'all it was. We did the math.
Efficiency apartment that was only $100 to stay for the whole weekend. Can y'all imagine where she had that lady staying?
In somebody's basement.
That's crazy. But you know what you're missing?
I'm glad you played that part. That's why she gave me the money.
What you're missing? What you're missing? Hold on, Katita. What you're missing is that it proves that there was a phone call between you, Mr. Ralph, and her.
But check this part out right here. Listen, that's why she handed everything over to me, because she couldn't find nothing for $100. She told me to look at these Airbnb. She gave me this list. She gave it to me to look at. We never booked. We never seen nothing for $100. That right there was a lie itself. That's why she turned the money over to me. She was booking everything. She had control of the money. When she realized that she had already took her money off the top and the money she left me, we couldn't find nothing and book flights with that amount that she gave. That's what I'm. Ooh. That's why she turned it over to me. And that's when I said I can handle the rest.
Because she didn't want to spend all the money that she was given for you.
Exactly. You getting there. There you go right there. So the back end conversation never met. See, I didn't even hear this. She turned it over to me when she realized the price of everything.
So let me ask you this, because this is the information I was got. You told me I was correct. Mr. Ralph, you and her were to discuss.
Mr. Ralph never got on the phone with us.
Okay,
He
but
never
y'all
had connected.
okay. So where did he fit in on the discussion with the
He
Airbnb
was
flight?
they said me and Mr. Ralph was supposed to hook up. They said that on that live the day that I danced. The day that I danced, they said that on that live. I never had a chance to contact Mr. Ralph.
Okay, so she basically ended up contacting you without him.
Yes, there you go. Now you're getting into so. Yes. And when she realized it was more than what she was trying to spend on me, she turned that money over to me.
Oh, Kia said, don't forget, she said, Katie, don't forget, you had to tell them don't send you no more money the next day. They was still trying.
That's what I was telling AJ. I told AJ that. They was trying to send me, I got on a live again to thank Miss Nitra, and people were still trying to send me more money, and I turned it down. They were asking for my Cash App. I'm like, no. I turned it down. I didn't take any more money from them. Before even blew up or anything, the next day people was trying to still give me money. I didn't even want no more money. I told them no thank you. People were coming in my inbox trying to give me money, asking me for my Cash App. I still told them no. I wasn't taking no more money from nobody because I didn't need their money. I never crowdfunded for nothing. I never told Nitra that I was in distress or I needed money. This was all done out the blue. I never came up there with a sob story and say I didn't have no money, I was broke, or this was happening, that was happening. I never told her that. This hit all out the blue. That's why I didn't have no story. And that's why I'm trying to see what sob story. Only sob story I told Nietzsche was that I was taking care of my uncle because he was getting ready to pass on. And I was in the space that I had to help him do that. That's why I was so emotional at the time and crying, because I'm already experiencing my uncle about to pass away on me. So I stopped doing hair, everything to take care of my uncle around the clock. So Nietzsche became my entertainment for me to stay up. That's how I started watching Nitra from Auntie. Nitra kept me up with her court cases. They was going live at night. So to keep an eye on my uncle, that's what drew me into Nitra. That's how I was able to stick to watching Nitra after Auntie Gail. This was never a case of me. See, that's why I said she was helping me through.